Hello, my friends. You know, we all have been to Hobby Lobby and just kind of wandering around looking for a project or looking for things of interest. And I found something today that's it's going to help me tie some crappie jigs here and there. So stick around. Let's see what happens. Welcome back. So I was in Hobby Lobby today and I was just kind of wandering, just killing time, and I went back and I looked at the like where they keep the feathers and stuff, and you know, most of them are junk, and honestly the ones I got are probably pretty much considered junk too. But I got one of the multi-packs of craft feathers, and they're all kind of lower quality and stuff. I separated out the bag to get all these different colors, but the cool thing is that you do get some decent amounts of feathers in different colors. And once you've separated out the bad from the good, you know, you still have a decent amount. So, you know, we don't all have fly shops and stuff sitting around next to us, and we end up having to order things. So, you know, even if we can get little things that, you know, like a Hobby Lobby or whatever, it can help us tie jigs and help inspire us, I guess. So, anyway, we're going to do that. I'm going to tie a jig with the Hobby Lobby feathers that I got today. I'm going to start it with this 1/8 ounce jig here, and I'm going to crush down the little holder there, the bait keeper. I just use some little pliers. It doesn't take much because this is just it's just lead, so it crushes down pretty easily. And you can see, all gone. So let's put this into the vise, and just so you can see this a little better, I'm tying with the vise like way away from me. Here's, you know, like I'm, you know, 6'1", so it's a ways away from me, but I figure it'll help with the video. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm gonna use this 210 denier bright pink on there. So let's start with that. I need to get my super glue, and I'm gonna put a little bit of super glue on the jig head, and let's give her a wind up. Let's get her started. We're not quite tight enough in there. There we go. And all I'm doing is just getting some winds on there. I'm winding just to the hook and then back up to the head. And it's always a little bit hard when you have these jig heads with the keepers on them. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna clip this end off here if I can get hold of my scissors. Okay, I'm not used to doing this with this so far away from me, but you know, it'll work. Okay, I'll leave it right there. So I think I'm gonna do this one since it has the pink on there. Got some pink feathers here, and with these, you know, they're not awesome quality or anything like that, but I think that I can use a couple to make a pretty good tail on this. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull out all these feathers and see if I can find a couple with some good tail characteristics. So, and I'm just really looking for the very end of it being, you know, pretty good, pretty thick. So let's start with this one maybe, and maybe this one here. Yeah, let's start with this one here. So got this. And first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of measure it out and do a loose wrap on there. Tighten it up a little bit. There's one side, and let's clip the end of this feather off of here. And let's look for another good one here, or another halfway decent one, should I say. let's go with this one. I think that could be pretty decent. Yeah, let's go with that one. And I just want to kind of measure it up to match it up, and I'll do it on the other side here. There we go. And let's go ahead and clip that one. Lock these two in right here. I'm just winding it up and locking them up in there. Okay, and you know, I think I want to do a white feather with that too. So I got a whole plethora of pink feathers, but maybe I'll put the third one as a white one just to kind of offset a little bit. So I've got these white feathers from that same pack. Yeah, that'll work, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That'll look good. Wrap that in. I'm gonna do another one too. Who knows? I like this pink and white kind of tail feather theme. I don't know if you can see that so well, but I think maybe I'll do a second white one and then we'll call it at that. Let's see, let's find a good white one. It's actually kind of fun doing this with materials that I wouldn't normally use. So let's pop this one on there. Just nice loose wraps, a couple of them. Make sure it's up. It's definitely not where I want it to be, so let's get it in position here. There we go. Lock it in. And give her a clip. Okay, now I've got all the tail together. Let me make sure I like it. Yep, I do. And let's go ahead and wrap this up to the head, and then I'm gonna wrap it just down to right there again. And I think I wanna use some of this polar flash on there. Just a few strands. Just so when they see it from a different angle, it'll kind of get their attention. So let's do this. And just gonna got kind of a few strands of this polar flash. So let's do it actually here. What, I need to even these up a little bit. Even though I'm gonna trim them, I'm gonna even them up because I don't want any like really short ones in there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And let's trim that up a little bit. I'm just trimming this to where it's just a little bit longer than the actual tail here. Let's go back down. That looks pretty good. It's a little bit of a longer body, but I do want to make a bigger collar on this one, a bright pink collar to kind of offset it. So I'm going to use this white kind of medium woolly bugger chenille. I'm going to use that. It's it's more of a plain white, but has a little bit of sparkle to it. So I'm just going to cut off 4 or 5 inches. Not too horribly long. But and then I pinched it and took off the edge there. So so that y'all can see that. And let's wind this back to the tail, and I'm going to wind this up to the front. Basically, I'm just going to wind it nice and tight here. Want a nicely shaped body on this. And I'm leaving room for the collar here, so that, like I say, I want to make a little bit bigger, more visible collar. So 1, 2 in front, 1, 2 behind. I'm just locking this in. And then I'll cut this chenille. Nice and tight. And then I want to do a fair amount of wraps because I want this collar to be pretty visible. So I'm going to wrap around it a bunch, as you can see there. And then I'm going to use my whip finisher and give it 5 or so of those, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, that got a little bit squirrely on me, but I can just pick that out and fix it and pull it tight. There. And that is it. I'm gonna take a little bit of my UV cured finish and put that on the thread, but this is our little Hobby Lobby jig right there. What do you think? Think it'll catch them? Leave me a comment below if you think it'll catch them or if you think it won't. But anyway, hope you had fun watching this, and hope it gives you some ideas. So if you like this video, like and subscribe. I want to thank you all for taking the time to view this. It means a lot to me. So I hope you all have a great day, and peace.